Okay. Now, what is the role of a business analyst? You see Amazon website, you must have seen the website. On the website, is the Amazon website similar to the one that was 5 years back? Okay, let me take a different example. When 5, 6 years back, you were using WhatsApp, were there the same features that you are having right now? Was the feature like disappearing messages, community, and all available 5 years, 6 years back on the WhatsApp?
No.
No. So the website or the app, whatever features needs to be added. So for this, they have to do the some type of task. They have to gather the requirements, then uh, create documents. After that, give it to dev, testing, and finally deliver. Deliver as in give it to the users or the customer. So all these tasks are done by a business analyst. Business analyst is the one who is going to whatever feature you see. So on my current screen also, if you see this help, if I want any changes with this, if I have to update the instead of terms of service, I just want term service over here. I cannot directly go and ask the developer to change it. There is a process. I will go to the business analyst. Business analyst will talk to me, understand why do I want the changes, then will make the documents, check with the developers, then developer will develop it, testers will test it, and finally then the changes will happen. So whatever I want, anything that I want on the UI part, the functionality wise, that is taken care by a business analyst. So business analyst is the person who can just work on completing the features functionalities. You see, whatever apps you use, you always get updates. Whatever you see, the any website you take, Flipkart, Amazon, there are always the updates. If you use Android, you can see the Android update, and if you see the iOS, there are updates. You have to update your application. So what does update means? Update means it there are either the bug fixes or they have added some new features. So those new features, the process of adding the new features is done by business analyst. So if you are a business analyst, you need to have very good communication skills. Communication skills is not just about English, it's about how do you convey the things to the other people. And you cannot remain quiet in the meetings. You have to just do so many meetings in a day. Your day will be filled with meetings. So, as a business analyst, there will be multiple tasks. You have to talk to multiple people, get the data, create the documents, create diagrams, then talk to developers, testers, and manage the entire project. So that is the role of business analyst. So if you think you like this type of a role, talking to people, multiple, there is exposure and everyone exposure a lot to a business analyst. So then you can opt for the BA role. And now let's see the role of a data scientist. Now tell me, have you used YouTube, everyone?
Yes.
Yeah. So suppose, Jayesh, if you use open YouTube, will your homepage have the same suggestions that I have on my homepage?
No.
Why is that so?
It is aligned as per the user. It is the algorithm suggests all the content user likes.
Yes, correct, correct, correct. So this is all about algorithms, logics, stats. So you see, there are so much of personalized suggestions that we get. Personalized suggestions. On most of the apps you go on booking.com homepage page. If you have traveled in America, so it will give you the suggestions about it. Similarly, if I am planning to travel to north of India, it will give me suggestions regarding that. So what is it? It is related to the AI, artificial intelligence, where they are trying to create algorithms, statistics to understand the human psychology and predict things that what is this person going to like. So all these things like predictive algorithms and everything is created by a data scientist. So if you think that you have a very good hold on logics, you like creating algorithms, you like working on statistics, maths, you're superb with it, then you should go for the data scientist role. For data scientist, you have to first be very good with your DA skills, and then you can jump onto the data scientist skills. So that is the bifurcation between all these three roles. So data scientists ke liye, you have to be, if you like working on databases, data, Excel sheets, then this can be a good role for you. Business analyst mein communication, then designing, not much, but a part of designing is there. After that, managing the project will come under the BA purview. And data scientist is all about algorithms, logics, and statistics. So this is how these three roles are different from each other. And in any industry, all these three are required. Let's take the example of Amazon only. Amazon में first, अगर उनको लग रहा है कि sales are down, they can ask to add new features into the application. Whenever new features are required to be added, BA will come. And whenever they have to, the firm wants to build a personalized suggestions for the users, then so on the Amazon website that you see, all these three roles have played a role: data scientist, business analyst, and data analyst. This is applicable for each and everything: Flipkart, Google. Uh, After this, we have YouTube, Instagram. You see the reels, you get the suggestions of the reels that you watch or more. So these are the very big examples, but not just this. These three roles are not just limited to the big firms, but small, very small companies also. They are trying to build these things. So for that, for building all of these, they are going to need the data analyst, business analyst, and data scientists. So that is the bifurcation between these three roles. Any questions so far?
Yeah, I have a question.
Mhm.
Like, is the role of BA limited to all these non-technical roles only, like whatever you have mentioned, or do he need the knowledge of technicalities also, like uh, what we say?
So, okay. So there are two type of BAs. One is functional business analyst, and one is techno-functional business analyst. Okay. So what was happening in the industry? Okay. So these are the two roles that we have. Now, when it comes to a techno-functional analyst, you need to know the technical part like SQL, Python, Tableau, any of the cloud, or any of the skills plus the BA skills. This is the ask for techno-functional business analyst. And functional analyst should know only the BA part. So what was happening in the industry till 3-4 years back, they were just hiring the functional business analyst. Okay. But now, after like since 5 years, the data AI came into the picture. Data was in boom. So then instead of recruiting two roles, data analyst and business analyst, what they did is they started recruiting one person only who can play a role of both data analyst and business analyst. So that person should do some part of data analyst work also, like extracting the data from the database, creating the tables, and the business analyst part also. So currently in the market, we are having demand for this role, techno-functional business analyst, where you have to have some sort of technical knowledge, at least SQL knowledge. so that you can at least understand how is data extracted from the database. So in the current curriculum that we are offering, we are going to offer you this one, techno-functional business analyst, so that you can apply for both the roles. You can apply for the DA roles also and the functional BA role as well. So it is just the trick of the industry to save money. Instead of recruiting a data analyst and a business analyst, instead of I did like recruiting two people, what they do is they just hire one person. Industry technique to save money or something like that. Because in some industries, data is already always going to be there. But itna zyada data nahi hai. Some amount of data is there. So then they can, one person with a skill set can do the job. Any more questions? Okay. Any doubts on this? Are you clear on these three roles?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. So moving ahead, let me walk you through what are the roles that we are offering. Business analyst, data analyst, BID, business intelligence developer is the one who needs to have, it's more or less related to the data scientist role. So it's the knowledge of data scientist. Let me mark it for you so that you understand things. Okay. So one, we have business analyst. So if you are a business analyst, that is one role, you have to manage the processes and all. If you are a data analyst, so let me write the data analyst as one. If you are a data analyst, you can play a role of data analyst. In addition to that, you can also play a role of data engineer. These are just the designation change. In some organization, it is data analyst, some organization, it is data engineer. You can also work as a data storyteller. This also role is good for you. You can work. You can also work as this big data engineer, and you can also work as database administrator. So these are the 4-5 roles that you can work on once you are a data analyst. Data analyst, data engineer, data storyteller, this big data engineer, and database administrator. Everyone, do you know what is big data? Are you aware about what a big data is? Okay, let me tell you. Let's come to one old example of ours. Earlier, like 5 years back, if you wanted to share movies with your friends, अगर आपके लैपटॉप में कोई अच्छा मूवी है and you had to share it with your friends, what was the way or what was the device that you were using to share that data? Do you remember? 5-6 years back, some of you must be in college and all. You have to just share the data with your friends. So कैसे share करते थे? How were you sharing that data?
We use portable drives.
Yes, what? Drives. Correct. You were using some drives. Okay. Have you heard about a pen drive?
Yes,
So did you use pen drive at any point
yes,
at that
yes.
time? Yeah. Do you use pen drive now?
Very rarely.
Yeah. So abhi bhi, if you have to share the data with your friends or something, how do you share that data?
Directly from mobile devices or cloud.
Yes, cloud. Correct. So what has happens is when it comes to a pen drive and all, it's a limitation of memory. 8 GB hota hai, 16 GB, 32 GB. But when it's on the online, we send the Google Drive links and everything. The benefits are more, like the data is secured. Pen drive में if the device is lost, you will lose the data, but online ऐसा नहीं होता है. So industries maybe, IT companies me, earlier they were using the large data centers to store the data. But abhi, just like us, even they have decided to go and store the data on cloud. Jaise we use the Google Drive. वैसे companies use some servers, AWS, Amazon Web Server, or Google Cloud, or something like that, online to store that data. So the person or the role who is called as a big data engineer. It is called as big data because you have to work on large amount of data. And that is why they are called as big data engineer. So that is about a data analyst. Once you are a data analyst, you can play all these roles. And once you are a data scientist, Oh, I wanted to change the color. Not sure what's wrong. Okay. If you want to work as a data scientist, if you work as a data scientist or you learn the skills of a data scientist, then you can play the role of data scientist, business intelligence developer, which is more or less aligned to the BID role, data scientist role only. Then business intelligence analyst. When it comes to developer, you will be very much involved. Allow me a moment. You're working as a data scientist, you can play the role of BID, business intelligence developer. You'll have to work more on logics, coding, and everything. Analyst, again, analyst will more like understanding the requirements, analyzing the requirements. Statisticians, again, it's a data scientist role. Computer vision engineer. Computer vision engineer is basically, you must have seen in your cars or something, there are alerts that you get that, hey, you are overspeeding, or you overspeeded 10 times in the past week, or if you overspeed again, you might have this and this problem. So when these type of intelligence are embedded in your car, that applications and all, those are done by the vision engineers. Then NLP is natural language processing. Again, it's a technique of understanding the languages. इसका सबसे common example is, suppose if I write in chat GPT in Hindi, I am writing in Hindi, आप कैसे हो? So I want to ask a question in Hindi, but I'm typing in English. AAPKAISO. So ChatGPT understands. Though मैंने English में type किया है, it understands that what I'm asking is something Hindi related. So that technique is called as natural language processing, understanding the languages. So that is NLP. Machine learning engineer. Machine learning is again AI related activity. So machine learning operations engineer, machine learning engineer, and data analytics manager is again that falls under the data analyst role. So once you are a statistician or data scientists, this once in the rectangle that you see, those are the various roles that you can play. But long story short, the main roles that are there are these ones: business analyst, data analyst, and data scientist. These are the ones that are, if you learn these skill set, you can play any of the role amongst these things. So that is about the role bifurcation. Any questions on this one?
Oh, clear.
Yes, no. Okay. Others? Okay. I will recheck it in some time so that I get some inputs. Now let's see what are the technical skills in the data field. So if you are looking to work in the data field, that is general business analyst, data analyst, and data scientist, this is the skill set. You should know Microsoft Excel, SQL, visualization, maths, mining. All these skills are required. Python, cloud, everything is required. So difference between DS, DA, and BA we have already seen. So data analyst. So if you become a data analyst, I have already mentioned, if you get a job of data analyst, your day-to-day activities will be completely working on data, identifying from where the data came up, cleaning the data, the raw data that I showed you. You have to clean it. You have to analyze the pattern, create the dashboards, make it easy to understand. So these are going to be your task as a data analyst. So for that, you are going to need all these skills: Microsoft Excel, SQL, visualization. After that, Python, all of these, familiarity with Hadoop, all of these skills are required. If you are a business analyst, again, if you think you have a very good communication skills, you think have a very good communication skills, you think person. So then you should definitely go for this role. Going ahead, you can also be. So business analyst is all about evaluating the as is process into this role. So business analyst is all about evaluating the as is process, matlab what is happening currently, reviewing the processes, presenting the findings. So you will have to be giving the demos. It's more or like you are just, if you take the example of building a house. So whenever you have to build a house, you directly don't talk to labor. You have a middleman, right? It can be an architect or someone. Similar is here. Business analyst is like a middle person who talks with the business and the developers and everyone. So you will be required to create documents. After that, talk to the business, get the requirements, and deliver the solution. So that is the role of a business analyst. Now, what does data scientist do? Data scientists needs knowledge of logics. If you are very good with logics and all, then only you should go over into these things. So algorithms, statistics, logics is all a part of data scientist. Now let's come to the most important part. What are we offering? So if you are opting for a data analyst course, the duration will be of 4 months, and this is the roadmap. So first session will be a requirement analysis session, where it's just an add-on for a data analyst. It is basically the uh, session or the part of the what business analyst does, but we are just offering this to you as an add-on, and there will be one project related to this. Then we have Excel, advanced Excel with one project, SQL with one project, Power BI with one project. This is exploratory data analysis, where you will just need to explore a lot of data. Tableau, ChatGPT, Azure. Azure is the cloud that you should know. GitHub, stats, Python, machine learning algorithm, and exploratory data analysis. So this is the entire roadmap for any data analyst. So if you are going to opt the data analyst course, this is going to be your roadmap and the curriculum that I can say, which will last for 4 months. And these are all the subjects that are covered as a part of data analyst. Any questions on data analyst part?
No.
Okay. Moving on to data science. Now, if you want to become a data scientist, so again, this is the curriculum. So first you have analytics introduction, you have Excel, SQL. So all these things are similar. Till Python, it's similar to a data analyst. This is very similar to data analyst. From here, it's the data scientist part starts, like the machine learning, EDA analysis, maths, machine learning advanced, deep learning, natural language processing, generative AI, time series modeling. So if you go for a data scientist role, again, we are covering both of it. It's a 6 months role, 6 months. So 6 months ka duration it is, where earlier you are going to have the data analyst course followed by the specific machine learning things. The reason behind this is that first, if you are a data scientist, you should first know the basic skills of working on the data that a data analyst does. And then only you can learn the advanced things. So that is why we have it designed it this way. That is about the data science course. Any questions on this? Okay. And then coming to the business analyst. So this is a 5 months course where again this part, requirement analysis, Excel, SQL, till here it is going to remain the same till the data analyst, because we are targeting to functional business analyst. We are not targeting only to the functional analyst, because these days, because of the competition, the openings and all are a bit less for only functional. So this part that you see is the functional part and this is the technical part. So we are offering both functional business analyst and uh, business analyst, like technical analyst as well. So here, till here, it will be the data analyst part, and here the BA part starts. So we are going to teach you with business processes, various modules, that is Agile, Scrum, Waterfall, Jira, business process. There is every bit of it is covered. So after this BA course, you can apply for other roles also, like in addition to business analyst. Once you learn this, we also cover Agile, through which you can apply for the product owner role. If you have some experience in the industry, 5+ years of experience, you can apply for the product manager role also. You can also apply for Scrum Master role, because we are covering Scrum in detail. So that also you can opt for. And if you like Agile or Scrum a lot, and then if you want to be a coach, then you can opt for Agile course also. So with this course, in addition to data analyst and business analyst, you can target all these designations as well. You can do your own research after the batch or something. Go to LinkedIn or Naukri, type these roles: business analyst, product owner, product manager, scrum master. You will see how much these are in demand. So we are not just targeting this BA role, we are also targeting all of these as well. So that is the roadmap of business analyst. But remember, if you want to be a business analyst, you cannot stay silent in the meetings and all, because you are required to drive the meetings and all. So that's why, if you think you are a people's person, you like all that exploration part and all, so then this is the best suited job for you. Any questions on this one?
No.
Okay, perfect.
Others?
Others?
Regarding business analyst,
Mm-hmm.
hello.
Yes,
So
Jay.
there is a CBAP also, no, for business analyst,
Yes.
CBAP certified. So
Yes.
what is that like? I want to know more about that.
Yeah. I will walk you through that. Quickly, I will walk you through that. But before that, okay, the next part is CBAP only that I had to cover. So
Okay.
yeah. So on any questions on this one?
No.
Okay. So this is the basic business analyst that you do. Now CBAP is basically a certified business analyst professional courses. So there are various. There is CCBA, there is CBAP, and there is ECBA. Okay. So CBAP ka, it's a certified. You're going to get a certification. But CBAP ka, you have a criteria. You cannot do CBAP now. For that, you need to have 5 years work experience. So if you have worked as a business analyst for 5 years, and that also within 10 years of range, so it's 2024. So since 2014 to 2024, if you have worked as a business analyst for 5 years, then only you are eligible for this course. It is a business analyst advanced course. So just like, yeah, you're going to get hold of all the business analyst concepts, all the advanced concepts will be covered in this course. But you just cannot randomly do it. There is always a criteria or eligibility criteria: 5 years of work experience, and not any work experience, as a business analyst only. So they are going to ask for experience certificates. On that, it should be worked as 5 years for a BA, then you can apply for this course. So that is about the CBAP course. Now coming to the CCBA course. Now in the CCBA course, again here you need to have 3750 hours of work experience. And this was 5 years within 10 years, like within 10, this is from 7 years. So this is a bit low, next level certification. So this says if you want to do a CCBA, certification of capability in business analyst, so within 7 years, you must have at least 3750 hours of business analyst. So hours as in one day is, I guess, 8 hours. So that's how 3750 hours in 7 years. So then only you are eligible for this certification. This is the topmost level. This is the first level certification. This is the second level. And if you are a beginner, if you are an entry level, no experience and nothing, then you can go for ECBA. ECBA is basically the entry certificate. So for this, you don't need any experience. Anyone can go for the ECBA certification. So that is about the certifications. Any questions on the top of it? And these are the worldwide recognized certifications. So probably if you add the Kochik certificate,